Hello there, Libras. Thank you so much for stopping by for your monthly in-depth tarot video forecast. This forecast is for the month of August, and we're going to do the first half of the video focused on the 1st through the 15th, and then the second half is going to be the 16th through the 31st. Okay, so having said that, I do want to remind everybody just real quick, we are continuing that contest. So everyone who puts a comment under any of my videos, then your name gets entered into a random drawing to see who is going to be the lucky winner of the prize. And the prize is going to be your choice of either a goodie bag, 30-minute live reading, 28 Reiki candles, or a Reiki session. So that's what we have going on, exciting and fun on this channel. If you want a chance to win one of those things, go ahead and comment on all the videos you want to comment on. I only am going to count one comment per video, but I have like over 3,000 videos on this channel, so you can enter quite a few times. Okay, so let's get started, shall we, Libras? The first thing that I'm looking at for this particular time frame does talk to me about your environment. And it looks like whatever's going on in your environment has you doing a lot of research. You're looking for information, doing some fact finding whenever it comes to your environment during this particular time frame. Next thing I'm looking at talks to me about your subconscious leanings, Libras. And I kind of stuttered there. I'm getting actually two different meanings coming in at the same time, so I'm just kind of trying to sort them in my brain at the same time I'm talking to you. One of these has to do with that some of you are literally thinking about how you can become stronger. How much time at the gym is it going to take for you to become stronger? Certain ones of you are specifically focused on particular body parts. Others just want to be stronger in general. And for others of you, this is a focus that's more on self-confidence than actually on muscle mass and muscle efficiency. So some of you are focusing on self-confidence. Some of you are focusing on literal strength for the body whenever it comes to your subconscious during this time frame. Now, next thing I'm looking at talks to me about two different things. First of all, learning style, and next, communication style. So learning style, I think that your curiosity is helping you find out a lot of information that you're looking for. And I think that you've got quite a few little tidbits that are showing up that are actually making you pretty happy as you're learning new things during this time frame, whether that's official means of learning or whether that is, self-directed. And communication. I think you're kind of interesting on your communication. There are some times when you're really not communicating with anybody during this time frame, and then when you are communicating, I think that you're definitely speaking from your heart, sharing your emotions. So it's kind of an all or nothing kind of thing showing up here for you, Libras. Either you're not communicating at all, or else you're being super vulnerable with showing how you feel about something straight out. Next thing we're looking at talks to me about work. Workity work. So Libras, basically what we have going on with work is that whatever you're doing is something that's logical, it makes sense. You seem to be pretty much in your mojo whenever it comes to work right now. You seem to be, it seems that whatever work you're doing right now is playing into your particular strengths, having to do with being able to logic things out and consider the facts and make decisions based on that. Next thing I'm looking at does talk to me about that part of your personality that is being grown or expanded right now. What we have showing up is telling me that there is something that is making you feel secure in life. This could be financially, this could be relationship-wise. It can play out in either one of those spaces. But something is making you feel secure in life, and I think whatever that is, you're actually taking that to the next level. So you could be adding on to your home, upgrading your car, upgrading your relationship with your romantic interest or significant other, any number of things. A lot of things make different ones of us feel secure. So something that makes you feel secure, you're taking that to the next level during this time frame. Probably even more than one thing, as a matter of fact. Now, the next thing that I'm looking at talks to me about something that you stand for. So this is something that somebody has come to you or will be coming to you and asking you to explain, or maybe even confronting you about, or somewhere in between all of that. And so there's some kind of situation that you have going on, Libra, where I think that you have hopes for what may happen with this situation, and you are continuing to feed those hopes and hold on to them. So somebody's asking you about this, and then after they ask you about this and you've defended it, what they feel like is that you are very much in control of your emotions, and that, they don't feel like you're looking at this in a naive way. They feel like you are really mastering your emotions whenever it comes to this so that you can create that manifestation that you want. All right, so the next thing that we're looking at is the lesson or experience of the time frame. There is some kind of leap of faith that you're taking here. And when I say you're taking a leap of faith, I just mean that you're doing something that may or may not necessarily be logical. It may or may not be something that you can explain to your friends. Hey, I want to do this because, in any kind of way without them either thinking you're cuckoo or just laughing at you. But you just know that you know that you know that this is the thing that you want to do, or it's the right thing to do right now. And you don't know really where it's going to take you. You just know this feels like the thing to do. And so you're taking that leap of faith, taking that step out towards whatever this is that's calling to you. And I love it when this card comes up because it shows a certain amount of faith in the universe or faith in God, whichever way you want to put that, faith in source, whatever you want to say there. But it shows a certain amount in the divine, a certain amount of faith in the divine. And when we put our faith in the divine, then the divine is able to say, hey, look at that person. Let's put the next step in front of them. You may not know what the next step is going to be, but then that next opportunity falls in your lap and you're able to move forward with whatever this leap of faith is. So it's a beautiful, beautiful, exciting, scary, fun journey, and I'm happy for you that you're taking it. So let's move on from the leap of faith. It does seem to me like this is a leap of faith that you've sort of had in mind for a while and you've been holding back on. And this is something that now you have finally reached that point where you're ready to take that step. And oddly enough, even as you take that step, this helps you to relax some tension or anxiety. It helps you to actually relax a little bit more in life as you're taking this leap of faith. And then the last card we have here talks to me about where we see you once you get to about the 13th, 14th, 15th of the month. And here we see you feeling financially stable, like you have everything that you need to do the things that you need. And you may even be sharing some of the good that you have with others. This is my card that talks about, having generosity to those around us in our sphere of influence who we're able to help or who we're able to share with. Okay, so that's what we've got for the first half of the month, Libra. Thank you for being here. I'm going to take a little break for my voice and come back and we'll finish out the month. I'll see you in a second. Thanks for sticking around, Libras. Let's go ahead and jump right into the second part of the month, starting with the 16th through the last of it. So looking at environment for this particular time frame, it does look like there is some kind of new wonderful idea that has come into play here. I'm not sure if you're actually taking any kind of action on it by the time the month ends, or if it is just an idea that you're working with. How can you make this happen? But we do have a new idea showing up around your environment that has a whole lot of promise. We like it. We like it. We like it. Next thing I'm looking at talks to me about your subconscious leanings, and this is just telling me that you are working on ways that you can make things smoother, more efficient. You can make things work better around you, and those things that you're working on, that they could work better, more smoothly, and more efficiently. Next, I'm looking at your learning style and also your communication style. I do think that for your learning style right now, you're sort of testing some things out. You're giving some things a try to decide if they are what you want or if they're not what you want. And as far as your communication style, I think you're very much direct and to the point. I think also you're sending out some kind of formal type of communication during this time frame as well. And I believe that, even though it's formal, is also very much direct and to the point as well. Kind of your normal operating style. Libra is direct and to the point. Whether other people appreciate that point or not, that's on them, right? Okay, next we're looking at work, and work is, there are some things going on where there are some power plays happening at work is what I'm hearing for you Libras. And for some of you, I think you're able to kind of be on the sidelines and watch some of this go down, but for some of you, I think that you are very much involved in some of these power plays that are happening. Now, next thing I'm looking at does talk to me about that part of your personality, which is being grown or expanded right now. We do have some situations coming up where you're finding yourself to be less than happy, and I think where you're growing and expanding is in figuring out how to turn around situations like that and how to turn them around in a sort of surefire way moving forward. Now the next thing I'm looking at does talk to me about something that you stand for. And it looks like this thing that you're standing for or that you're defending is a situation where you and somebody else were trying to reach some kind of goal or target, maybe even you and a group of people, and that has pretty much come off the rails. For some of you it's come off the rails temporarily, but for others of you it has just come off the rails. It's done. And so I think somebody's been questioning you about this or asked you to explain it or maybe even confronted you about this. Now, how they feel after you have talked to them about this situation is they feel like, okay, well, by not being involved in this group goal or group target, now that kind of eases up things as far as financially for you and also as far as time-wise for you. Now you have more time to do other things that you might like to do and more money to do other things that you might like to do. That's how this outside person is seeing that situation once you talk to them about it. Next thing that I'm looking at talks to me about the lesson or the experience of this particular life cycle. There is something that you are bringing to an end. And this can be any kind of phase. This can be a good thing, or this could be a bad thing. This could be that, if you have a toxic relationship, you could be wrapping up that cycle. If you have been in school, you could be graduating and wrapping up that cycle of your life. But there's something going on here that you are bringing this to an appropriate closure, all right? Bringing it to an end. Now, as you're doing that, it looks to me like you've got a situation where somebody that you consider to be a partner, whether they're a romantic partner, business partner, friend, whatever, somebody that you make plans with and follow up with and fulfill those plans normally, you guys are having a hard time being on the same page as you're wrapping up this stage in your life. And I think that it doesn't, I think that you're putting effort and energy into trying to make this work and to trying to meet this person halfway. But it seems like whatever you do to try to meet this person halfway, there's just things coming up that just make it, that just kind of throw this. It seems like you just keep running into monkey wrenches when you're trying to get you and this other person back on the same page. Once we get up towards the end of the month, what we see going on is you are having interactions with somebody who shows up to have strong narcissistic tendencies. So this is somebody who really in their mind life is all about this person, and they will do just about anything to get you to do whatever it is they feel like needs to be done or have happen. They don't necessarily tell the truth if that is not in their best interest or to their benefit. They can do things to attack people's self-esteem, to sort of manipulate them to do whatever it is they want them to do. So this person is really, really manipulative. They could be gaslighters. They could be somebody who is working on whittling down your self-esteem. I mean, there's a lot of things that go along with a narcissistic personality that are less than pleasant. And so when we see you interacting with this person at the end of the month, I like it because it isn't showing up till the end of the month, and it's also showing up right around the time that you're ending something. So it could be that this is the person that you're actually ending some kind of toxic relationship with, hopefully. The other way that this could come in is this could come in after you've ended whatever cycle it was that we were looking at. This could be somebody that shows up. So maybe if you graduated from school and now you're taking on a job, you may have a boss who is who has narcissistic tendencies. So there's a couple of ways that that could come in. I think that it's a little bit of wishful thinking for me to hope that you have ended some type of cycle with somebody who has narcissistic tendencies, just with where that card comes up in the spread. To be really honest with you, that's just hoping for the best for you. I think the truth of the matter is that this person is still in your life after you have ended that cycle, and they may be newly in your life after you've ended that cycle. So you just want to kind of keep a heads out for this person. The thing about having a reading ahead of time is it does give you that heads up so that you can change some things. So if you start noticing some red flags on somebody that maybe they're narcissistic, you can kind of, make a game plan for how you want to interact with them, and, how much you want to interact with them, and if you want to interact with them, under what circumstances, all that kind of good stuff, so that you can bring about the best outcome possible in this situation. Okay? But anyway, that's what I've got for you, Libras. I want to thank you all for being here and spending some of your precious time with me. I do appreciate it. I also appreciate those of you who have subscribed, those of you putting thumbs ups on this video and sharing this video, and also those of you who are ordering private readings, private Reiki sessions, and Reiki candles from me. It is because of all of you guys and your support at every single level that I get to do what I love to do for my living. So thank you very much. Everyone have a fantastic month, and I'll see you guys back here the next time around. Peace out.